Haiti was one of my most difficult series to film. I had 7 days to get in and out. And Haiti is definitely one of the most dangerous places in the world. Definitely the most dangerous place I've ever been and witnessed. It feels like at any moment, an explosion could happen. Not a physical explosion, but I mean the gang war is just so violent and killings every day. And statistically, it's a dangerous place to be. In this video, I'm going to share with you a story about a gangster I spent 2 days with. If you watched my videos in Haiti, I have one video that hit 1 million views, and the next one's around 700,000, the most dangerous hood in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and the other video is shot 16 times. Both those videos were filmed back-to-back over 24 hours and then 24 hours. So what happened is I landed in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and I had reached out to Sean as a tour guide, and he picked me up at the airport with an itinerary, like a document that says, okay, here's the monuments and the museum we're going to see. And I said, no. I don't want to do any of that. I want to go to the gang territories areas and interview gangsters. He crumpled up the document like this. He said, I've been waiting for someone like you my whole life. He was down. He liked my idea. We got along well. And he said, where do you want to start? I said, let's go to a gang neighborhood. And so we went somewhere that he had never been before. And basically we parked the car and walked in. And you'll see that in the video. Like that is real in real time. We had no connect or no person that we knew there or nothing prearranged at all. Now, as we're walking in, I saw a man that had a lot of tattoos. I made the presumption, the stereotype that he's in a gang. So I asked my translator to go over and say, hey, are we able to talk to you on camera? And that is the main guy. If you look at the thumbnail, he's actually in both thumbnails. One, his shirt is up and they're pointing at his stomach, and the other one, he's holding a gun. I don't know his name. I didn't want to know his name, knowing that if police confiscated my camera, I didn't want to have information on him, okay? He said call him the inspector, so that's what we'll call him for the sake of today's video, the inspector. He's a gang member in which he told me the reason he got into gangs is because a gang killed his brother in the neighborhood. Lots of tattoos, and a cold-hearted man that was kind to me. How else can I put it? The first day he was a little hesitant to share his stories with me. He was a little standoffish. We had a few drinks of alcohol together off camera. I think we had one drink on camera, and I just wanted to find out about his life, and he was open with me. At the end of our first day, he said, come back tomorrow so I can show you my house. And sometimes when gangs or gangsters or gang members tell me to come back tomorrow, I'm really hesitant because that could mean that there's a setup. That could mean that they're going to ambush me, rob me, kill me, kidnap me, who knows. But for him, I felt good intention, so I said, yes, I'll come back. And I did come back the next day. Right away, he showed me around his neighborhood a lot more in depth. He was happy. It's like he wasn't worried anymore.
That is in that area, who control the area. And Cité Soleil is right behind that. When he asks you to put the camera down, that's why. Because he knows his soldiers.
For sure.
This is where all the bullets are flying up here. I don't know. He doesn't want him to
Yeah,
have camera.
no problem. No problem.
Okay, this is where the bullets are coming from here.
Right. How far down is the enemy?
This is where all the bullets are flying. And that's why they put this up here.
Yeah.
So that they could, yeah. This is all bullets.
This is the front lines.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word called for.
Whereas the first day he was like stressed. Am I an enemy? Who am I? Brings me to his house. I didn't pay him for his time. I brought him a new pair of Nikes. So if you watch the video and you see he's wearing some baby blue Nikes, so people have commented like, wow, this guy lives in a small house, but he has new Nikes. Well, I gave him the Nike as a gift for showing me around. Now, what happens is he's showing me his room, and I ask him, I said, like, what kind of guns do you guys have? And he shout outside. And a guy came in and said, here's a gun. Like, they're not speaking in English, but gave him the gun. That's not on camera. On camera, you see him have a gun. And I asked him, how many bullets does it hold? And he made a mistake. I think he said 72 when the answer should have been 36. It's not his gun. He's put on the spot. Simple mistake. But in the comment section, people were quite upset that he made a mistake. And I also asked, how much would it cost to buy a gun like this? And he gave some ridiculously large number.
Sean, how much would it cost to buy something like this on the street?
Combien ça a coûté? Combien ça a coûté? Ça.
Combien ils vendent? Oh, ça vend cher, ça vend presque 98 000 dollars.
98 000?
98 000.
Haïtien? 98 000.
Presque ça.
C'est 2 000 dollars américains.
$3,769.
Well,
Wow.
and how many bullets are in?
Combien de bullets ça a?
Ça vend 64.
64.
64 47.
Now, he didn't buy the gun for that price. His gang didn't buy the gun for that price. But if I wanted to buy a gun, that's what I would pay. Okay, so, they told me that politicians, when they want something done, they deliver guns and ammunition. And they also do the same. If you're not doing what you should, they remove ammunition. They put gang against gang for a reason. So as we're sitting in that little room during the video, and I recommend that you watch the video so you know what I'm talking about, but as we're sitting in that room talking about guns, there's a gunfight outside, not too far away. And they're shooting back and forth. So I'd say about 8 to 10 gangsters come in front of his house, all with guns, shooting. And I wanted to document it, but he said no. He asked me to stay down low, and it was like he was looking after me. He didn't just like demand me to go into the corner. He's like, stay low. And the look in his eyes was like, Chris, stay low. So I did. So while I was staying low and there was a gunfight going on outside, a gangster from his gang came in and got right in my face, wanted to start looking at my bag. So grabbed my bag. My translator was nowhere to be seen. I was alone right now in the guy's house. And this other guy is not roughing me up, not physically, but like, we don't speak the same language. So he wants to get in my bag. I have a backpack with a drone, maybe some extra camera batteries, nothing else. I only brought the backpack so I could carry the guy's shoes into the gang territory. So he's like trying to get the backpack off me. And as that happens, the inspector, the main guy, comes back in and sees this. And now, even though there's shooting outside, he's got his gun. He gets aggressive with this man that's trying to touch my bag. Okay? He's like, no. And they're yelling at each other. Both of them have guns. And I'm standing there thinking, what the hell did I get myself into? So they yelled, they sweared. I didn't know what was going on. I don't understand the Creole language. But eventually we walk off with the inspector. None of this is on the video. Now Sean looks and says, I said, like, what happened? And Sean's like, the inspector said, like, over my dead body. The guy was trying to rob you. And the inspector that I just met the day before, like, is protecting me against a fellow gang member in his own gang. He felt that urge that I gave him a gift of shoes, that he would not let anything happen to me. None of this is on film. So as we walk through the community, how do I put it? I looked past the fact that this man is a killer. He's a gangster. I guarantee he's killed people. We were just friends. How else can I put it? He loved my hair. He wanted to keep touching my hair because I'm white. He never touched a white man's hair before, so he kept like touching it, like joking like this. When I got in the car, I said, "I'll see you again, man. Be safe." And it's in the video when he's saying goodbye. He's got his arms like above, leaning on the window. He said goodbye. Said, I'll see you again. Got his phone number. And maybe 2 months later, he was killed in a shootout, which I guess you could expect, you know, being a gangster in a gang location that's, you're shooting at people, people are shooting at you. And, you know, he told me something during our conversations like that he doesn't want to kill his brothers. He called the competition or the opposing, competition is a horrible word, the opposing gang like brothers. They're my brothers, but I must kill them or they will kill me. A very, very sad way of looking at life. And, you know, for me, I'm very privileged to know that my children will never have to deal with what he went through. You might think I'm crazy, but he was a very nice man in a very fucked up circumstance, if that makes sense. Had he been born in Toronto, in a house like this that I'm in, he could have been a doctor, he could have been a teacher, could have been a positive role model for others, but he was born in the trenches of Port-au-Prince. I'm glad I got to meet him. When I was filming, I asked him if he wants to cover his face. He said no. He has no reason to cover his face. He was a father. He had young children, and he is no longer. He is off planet Earth. But this is my story of how a gangster saved me from getting robbed, and possibly worse, in gang territory while filming a video. So I have so many stories in my mind to share with you over the course of the last 10 years of traveling, well before YouTube. And I'll continue to put out these members-only videos where I commentate and tell you guys what actually happened during the filming of these videos. More content to come. All the best.
Sean. What's the name of this?
Oh, shoot!
What's the name?
You.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, my friend.
Yo, ça ne parle pas avec yo men parce que avant d'aller, dis-moi c'est m'a prélé monsieur pour le numéro là.
Après ça comme monsieur tout, il va nek trop qui trop boss. Wap tout jeune tout.
OK.
I'm ba acheter téléphone wap tout jeune.
OK, ou gen numéro toujours.
OK.